Hey, this is Dean Beans, and this is my partner Jahi, and we own a business called EVRY Media. It is a multi-purpose media center where we do all kind of cool stuff with cameras. Anywho, since we auditioned all of these women, we felt like, hey, why not let's show you guys the process. This is Every Woman.
I am every woman.
Tamara.
She go down.
Yeah. Okay. Who are you and what do you do?
My name's Tamara Flake. I am a relationship manager for bank.
So how often do they mess up?
I mean, I ain't in their books. I just handle their banking on this side.
Gotcha.
I can see the transactions,
Okay, so I've always wanted to ask you this. Your hair.
Yes. You mean the lack of hair?
Okay,
because I ain't got none.
We'll call it that. Where was that like a choice thing?
No. This is not a choice. Well, to some degree it's a choice, but I have a disease.
Fits you.
No, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm always humble when people tell me that because,
Really?
don't nobody have to say nice stuff to you.
This is true.
Tamara.
Yeah.
Tamara. What you think about Miss Tamara?
She was great. Her personality you can feel her personality through camera.
Yeah.
She was upbeat. She smiled a lot, which I appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
And she had a great look. She bald headed like me. Her skin tone is way more even than mine is, but she was transparent, which was great.
But I have a condition it's actually an autoimmune disease.
Okay.
It's called alopecia areata.
Oh.
And there are several different forms of it.
Okay.
In women and men and children, all ethnicities.
Mm-hmm.
Some men refer to it as male pattern baldness.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's what I got.
I mean, I don't know. If you've never been to the dermatologist and got diagnosed, it could be.
Well, see, I felt like the front of my hairline really just liked the back of my head more, so it just kept going backwards. So I might have that too, huh?
It's possible. But I was diagnosed at 6 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because I started getting bald spots then when I was in like the first grade, and it was really weird. My parents why your hair falling out? So they took me, to the dermatologist, and they had it diagnosed, and I started doing different treatments and things to try and get it to grow back.
Mm-hmm.
But mine was so strange, and that's why it's called areata, because it was just in a few different areas of my head.
Okay, gotcha.
And so it would fall out in spots and then grow back. Most of the time when I was in school, it fell out during the school year. Stress,
Wow.
nerves, it's autoimmune, so it's all part of your body, that's inducing your immune system to attack your healthy hair follicles.
Right.
So, in the summer it would grow back.
All of it.
All of it, like straight out the top. Yep. Still didn't have no edges. But
you'd have a lot of hair.
I have some hair on my head, yeah.
So now you just say forget it and cut it all off.
Well, yeah, I mean, the funny thing is when I was pregnant with my 2 kids, it grew back completely. All of it.
Well, when you're pregnant, that's like the healthiest you'll ever be because all of the prenatal care and all of that stuff. I mean,
and I followed all the rules.
You definitely know.
And I followed all the rules.
Right.
So it grew back, and probably around the time, maybe 2 or so years after I had my second child, it started to, thin out again. I was, real comfortable with wearing my natural hair. And then when it started to thin out, I did the hair weaves, the more and more expensive ones to get it to look more and more natural.
Right.
But then it came to a point where all I had was like a patch this big in the back of my head. And I was like, you know what? I'm done. I told my beautician, I'm like, shave it off. She was like, wait, do you want to talk about this? Are you okay? Let's consider this decision. I'm like, girl, no, I'm good. Ain't nothing wrong with me. Just take it. Like, we about to just not have no hair under these wigs because I'm hot.
Right, they are hot. Facts. So has your confidence level always been where it is now?
Nah, man. I grade school was like the worst time for me because kids are cruel.
Right.
And I did not want any attention. I didn't want nobody looking at me. I didn't want anybody to try and pull my wig off. I didn't want anybody asking me questions because I was always the girl who had the straight hair, you know, and the mushroom bobs and the Dora the Explorers, you know, wigs. And it was like, why you ain't got no ponytails or no beads or no braids or no cornrows?
Wow.
So I tried to stay to myself, but my parents made sure I got involved in a lot of different activities growing up so that, you know, I would have, you know, a somewhat of a social life and comfortable doing things that didn't put my hair in jeopardy of blowing off.
I like Tamara, man.
Love Tamara.
Yeah, love her.
Yeah, I actually, when we started the show, she popped in my head. And so nobody know I'm being biased. I actually don't know her. I just met her one time like 12, 15 years ago, and it just popped in my head. I don't know why, but it did, and I called her and she came and she did it. Great teeth.
Beautiful woman.
She does have
Beautiful
an even
spirit.
tone.
Yeah,
How do you do that?
man.
Yeah, but her spirit's dope.
Yeah. Great energy, great perspective.
Yeah.
Great life experience. Just natural presence that draws you in.
Yeah. So why do you think that it is such a big thing for women to have hair?
I mean, because it is a part of, you know, your personality, really, to some degree. I think a lot of women wear their hair in different styles that express how they feel, and it makes them feel good when it's done. I mean, you could tell the difference in a woman's attitude when her hair is done.
Yeah.
And when she just got that boy in a bun or a ponytail, you know.
Facts.
Yeah.
Just very bubbly. So and it translated well on camera.
Yeah, I totally agree. I liked her look as well. I'm not totally bald yet, but I'm, you know, bald.
Bald enough.
Me and Tamara. She smiled constantly, like, and that was like really comfortable. I think for the viewer, she was believable. Like when she talked, I felt comfortable. I felt like I could believe what she was saying. And this is the plight of what she's been through. You know, I think we all can identify with being at one point bullied or, you know, being talked about or whatever. And I think people can relate to that story.
Yes.
And I think that story will help a lot of people.
Definitely.
I think,
definitely.
you know, I enjoy watching her. I enjoy watching her.
Very fun. Very fun.
One thing that I have always noticed about women with, let's just say, short hair, they always feel like, it seems like they feel more free when their hair is short and they don't have to do all of the maintenance. So how free do you feel?
I feel completely free. Once I shaved it off, so it's a whole story about how I did all that. But once I shaved it off, it was a relief.
Really?
You know, it was a burden off my shoulders. You know, it was quite satisfying, actually.
Wow.
Ironically, though, I only did it in my personal life for like the first maybe 2 years.
So you still wigged up when you went places?
When I went to work,
Oh.
that was it. But as soon as I got in the car, that boy was my passenger
It's off.
was gone.
Like a bra at home.
in the passenger seat.
Yeah, I would probably, if I was to say anything and criticize, I would like to see her be more passionate about something. Like what's she angry about? Like, what makes her, you know, what about that experience does she still hold on to? That
Kind
is
of
hard for her.
like just like laughing through the pain.
Yeah,
type situation.
yeah, it was a lot of that. Yeah. So I would love to see her like challenged with, you know, one of the other young ladies and see how they box it out
I agree.
verbally.
Cool.
No violence here.
No violence. No fight. Keep your hands to yourself.
That's right.
If you was to make up a stereotype about women that wear size 8.5 shoes based upon your personality, what would it be?
What?
Mm-hmm.
That is an interesting question. Okay, so if I were to make up a stereotype
Of women who
of
wear size
women who
8.5
wear size 8.5,
based upon your personality, what would it be?
Oh my God.
Women who wear 8.5.
Women who wear 8.5 shoes be walking tall like a boss. I don't know. We buy all the 6-inch heel stilettos. I don't know.
What is one of the manliest things you've ever done? Oh, my questions are crazy.
One of the manliest things I've ever done. I don't know. I mean, I like sitting with my legs open and You know, kind of like that little slouchy sit,
Uh-huh.
and put my hands in my pants when I'm watching TV.
Like Al Bundy?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I like that. She seems like she's probably a monster in a corporate setting, but then be slapping dominoes at the backyard boogie. You know what I'm saying? Like I get that from her. You know, one thing that's important to me is layers.
Yeah.
You know, you can't. Somebody can be great at one thing, but we need more than that because every woman can't be in 4 people. So you have to be dope in a lot of different categories.
Sure.
Layers.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is very manly.
Yeah,
I don't know
I'm not
too many
very
women that do that.
ladylike when I watch TV.
So wait a minute, what is it about cutting on the TV that says man time?
Comfortable for me. It's
Really?
just comfort time. Couch potato.
So sitting like a lady is not comfortable?
Hell nah.
Really?
It take a lot of poise and posture and core strength to sit like a lady.
Huh. Ain't that something? I didn't know that. Okay, so let's say knowledge of women is 100%. The average man knows what percentage?
30.
30? That's pretty damn good. Ain't no 30?
I think it's pretty low, but
What do you think they should know?
they should know about 70.
How, if you yourself taught them by yourself, what percentage would they know?
Maybe about 50. Because
50.
I don't represent all women.
Mm.
I represent this one complex person that I am.
Right.
Independent. It's important to see how they will interact with one another, but more importantly, it's important to observe how their presence affects you independently
Yeah.
from anyone else. Because if you're talking, I need to be drawn into you first, captivated enough to want to hear more of what you have to say.
Yeah.
And so I get that energy and that vibe from her.
Okay, last question. Ready?
Mhm.
Why do you think you would be a good host? for
I
this
mean,
show?
I don't mind talking. My husband tells me I have a tremendous verbal drive, and I probably talk too much sometimes. But, you know, just joining this 40-40 club, I've given away to all inhibitions, but I've kind of been on that road for the past 5 years anyway. And I really have come in tune over the last 10 years with who I am as a person. I'm not done growing, but I understand who I am and what I think. And I don't think that there isn't anything that I can't learn or continue learning. I have basic principles of life that I follow. But, you know, I'm like you said, when we first sat down, I'm an open book. I'm very transparent. You know, I say some stuff and then, you know, I'll be like, yeah, that might have been fucked up what I said, but I can own it. I take responsibility for my actions, for my words, for my opinions, for my beliefs. And, you know, I have an opinion, most of all.
And the world need to hear it. Should hear it.
They should. It's pretty good. You know, I think so if I do say so myself.
I fucks with it.
And I do say so myself.
I like Tamara myself.
Agreed.
She's dope.
Yeah.
Boom. We like you.
I am every woman.